Hey everyone, it's Miss Guy, and we are in session 4. We are focusing on mate selection in this session. So, being that this is sociology of the family, let's just take a moment and think about this. Mates, the people that we choose to procreate with. That's the definition of a mate. Okay. We are focusing on that as our definition because choosing a mate is so pivotal in the building of a family unit. So this particular session hopefully is going to get you thinking about why it's important to be very careful with the people that we choose to procreate with or potentially procreate with. When we are building a family unit, we know that it's important to make sure we have the right people on our team, the right people that are going to help us create a successful family unit. And so take a deep dive into the assigned portions of Chapter 2 and Chapter 5 and really give it some thought about selecting somebody to build a family with. I think we all can come up with examples of why we should be very careful about that. We will struggle as a person in a family unit that is not succeeding. We know that there are high rates of divorce or high rates of unsuccessful relationships, high rates of abuse, high rates of stress and crisis in life as we know it. And so we should be focused on being very careful about who we select as our mates when we are thinking about that family unit. So this week, you are going to teeter-totter between two chapters. So as you'll see, you're assigned some portions of Chapter 2 and some portions of Chapter 5. So Chapter 2 focuses on love relationships. Chapter 5 focuses on selecting a partner. So don't be concerned. Some students say, why do we have two different chapters? But this is just where this information falls this week. So you'll see that in your assigned section in the Sage Vantage platform. Remember, you always go up to the textbook and course information section in the course and click on your inclusive access link between these bright red arrows to get into your Chapter 2 and Chapter 5 assignments. Once you have completed reading and completing the quizzes for Chapter 2 and Chapter 5 portions, you are going to complete the Stages of Family Life journal. So, I want to spend a little bit of time talking to you about this journal because I will say this is one that some students struggle with, and they struggle with it because they don't watch the video carefully. So you're going to first watch the Crash Course in Sociology video entitled Stages of Family Life. Now, you may need to watch this, take a few notes, and watch it again just to make sure you've got it all down. There are 4 stages within the family cycle, okay? The video discusses them, but they don't clearly say stage 1 is, stage 2 is, stage 3 is. You have to actually listen to her as she's explaining. So make sure that you are watching and probably rewatching to get your stages correct. For example, sometimes I'll have students that put in one of the stages is divorce. That's not a stage of family life. Okay, these are stages that every family cycles through. Not every family cycles through divorce, so that is not a stage of family life. I hope that is easy for you to understand when I'm explaining that. So very carefully listen to the stages of family life. You're going to identify those 4 stages and then tell me what is happening in those stages. So you identify the stage and then explain the stage. I'm going to need to see from your journal entry here that you actually did watch the video. So that will be your response to number 1. Number 2, the question is, how can mate selection, all right, so that person that you choose to romantically engage with and or procreate with, affect the family life cycle? There are answers to this question that talk about how they can positively impact and how they can negatively impact. So you have a lot to talk about in number 2. So make sure that you are writing in paragraph form when you are answering these questions. You are giving additional examples, sharing why you feel that way based upon your past experiences, incorporating items from the video. So this is a in-depth assignment of reflection. All right, so as a reminder, formatting is part of the grade. So you will copy what is between the 2 dotted lines. You will scroll to the bottom and click that Start or Edit My Journal Entry button. Once you do that, you will have an entry box. You will paste that formatting into your entry box, and you will add your items in, change your font, I can't talk today. You will change what you typed, your input, to a different color font color. That way it'll very clearly show you how much you have added. And then you will click that blue Save Changes button when you are finished, and that will submit your journal entry. Sorry, I am moving my screen all the way around here so you can see. All right, so that will conclude your session 4 work for mate selection, and I really hope that this particular section gives you a lot to think about, especially as you move forward in your life and potentially build family units.